Hello and welcome to the Fairy Little Knitting Podcast. I'm Marsha, also known as Fairy Little, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry and here on YouTube with the Fairy Little Podcast. All the links to where you can find me are down below in the information bar, and I try to include in that information bar everything that I talk about in the episode, so it's easy for you to access. Today's episode is going to be a bit of a short one. I have a little bit of knitting to share with you, so I'm not going to ramble on. It's just going to be short and sweet and right to the point, I do believe. I don't quite ever know until I actually get into the talking whether how long it's going to take. So, I hope that you all enjoyed last week's episode with my special guest star, Scylla. She always makes me so happy when she comes on and when she comes for a visit. She doesn't always come on the podcast when she's in town, but she does enjoy it when she's here. So I liked having her. So if you enjoyed having Scylla on the podcast, if you want to go down in the comments below and say hi to Scylla, I'll make sure to let her know to come and read all of the notes under this episode. So if you want to say hi down below, hi Scylla. So let's get into some knitting. So I have a work in progress, and it's actually, at this point it's 2 works in progress, but it's going to be 3 because we're coming up to Christmas knitting time. And so I have been working on some presents for the girls. October is my birthday month. Hip hip hooray! And so when I go to an event, like Knit City is like right before my birthday. So that's when I get my birthday presents, because my husband doesn't go out and get me a thing. He says, get the thing that you like. And so I do. So that's how we kind of do birthdays for me. And my birthday's on October the 15th. Yay! And I really love getting older. I really enjoy getting older. It's an opportunity that not everybody gets. So I like it every year. I'm just happy and happy that I'm healthy and everything is going well. So yeah, so this week was my birthday, and I always spend it with my family, and I get to do special things. I switched shifts with somebody else I was working with. So I worked on the Friday and she worked on my birthday the Monday so that I could have the day off, which was amazing. And my little girls always make me a cake. and then on Wednesday was my one of my daughter's birthdays, and she turned the big one too. So that's pretty exciting. I can't believe how fast time flies. It just, this past year has just, it feels like it just zoomed. And I can't believe that I'm doing Christmas knitting now. So that's what I have to show you, is that I've been working on some Christmas knitting. I just cast this on last night, and it's super cute, as all of her toy patterns are. And this is Mr. Fitzwilliam Fox, and it is by Kay Jones, and she's Miss Bakery Bear. So I'm doing Mr. Fitzwilliam Fox, and he is super, super cute. And while I was making his head last night, I realized that I need a safety nose, and I just have safety eyes right now. So I'm going to need to order those before I'll be able to finish his little face. But, so I'll show you So I'll show you the yarn I'm using and what he looks like so far. So I'm making 3 Mr. Fitzwilliam Foxes because I have 3 girls in the house that need a fox. And so far I have 1 full head done with his eyes. Isn't he cute? And it feels so weird sticking a needle in his head. Poor guy. But yeah, and these are safety eyes. So I ordered those for my bakery bears that I also make, which are also by Kay Jones. They just go in while you're knitting it. You put them in, and because they're safety eyes, they don't come undone. So, which is really good, because with children's toys, you don't want them to come undone. So it's a safety hazard thing. Kay's patterns they're very well written. They're very easy to follow, and she of course has tons of pictures for you to look at so that you can see exactly how to do everything. And they're so well written, and they're so cute. She just has a really good sense of toy making. So I'm not using the yarn it calls for. The needles I'm using are high sharps. So that is, I have one head finished and I've started another head. So here's the other head. It's just the bottom of the head. So that's how far I am on that. And I'm using, for Mr. Fitzwilliam Fox, I'm using the Cascade yarns in the Venezia worsted, or Venezia. I'm sorry, probably getting that wrong. Worsted, and it is, so it's 100 grams and it's 219 yards, and it's 70% merino wool and 30% silk. So super soft, very snuggly. It's not going to be, it's just going to be a nice little snuggly fox. So I have 3 different colors for him. This is for his sweater, and this is for him, and this is for his ears and his nose and his paws. So it's not in the pattern, it has a gray, and I chose a white instead. But there's going to be enough yarn here for I will be able to get all 3 of the Mr. Fitzwilliam Foxes done. And I'm going to do an alternation of color so that the girls don't confuse them. So I'm really excited about this. I haven't knit a toy in a couple years, and I usually tend to do it right before Christmas. So I'm trying to get this done so that it can be done. But these colors look fantastic together. And the yarn is actually, it's actually not plied. It's more of a braid. So it has a different kind of texture, but that also helps keep it from, I don't know if you can see it there. It also helps keep it from felting and the little bits falling out and stuff. And it's very pretty. It's like I said, it's going to definitely be very snuggly. The needles I'm using are high sharps. They are my favorite, and I'm doing magic loop, which is one of my favorite methods, and it's really good for toy making. You can always do double pointed needles for toy making. I just find that doing the magic loop, I get less slattering, so that's what I like. So, and everybody has their own preference, so that's perfect. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I kind of have it snuck in a little corner of loveliness. Okay, so I don't have any more finished objects at the moment, but let's talk about a couple things. So what I'm wearing is the Skaha sweater. We are currently doing a Skaha sweater knit along, and that knit along started on August 1st and it goes to November 31st. So there is a thread in my Ravelry group. You can go below and that'll give you the link to the Ravelry group. It's actually quite a few people who've already joined in on the knit along, and some people are already completed. They're beautiful sweaters. Some are making them for themselves. Some people are making them for gifts and for their husbands, which is super exciting. It is such a easy pattern. It is very potato chippy. Once you get into the flow of it, it just goes, and it's got so many different sizes. It has you can knit it with waist shaping or without. So if you are curvier, you can do that if you want. And you can actually knit it to a couple sizes larger if you want something that's like more oversized, or you can knit it smaller if you want it's kind of more of a tight fit. And the length of it is it's perfect for ladies who wear high-waisted jeans. I always wear high-waisted jeans because they just fit me a lot better, and so it looks really good with high-waisted jeans or leggings, that sort of thing. But I really like it with the jeans. So that is awesome. We're doing this knit along. It will come to a close at the end of November. Like I said, I'm not done mine yet. I'm still working on it, and it is being knit in Madeline Tosh in the smokestack colorway. And I haven't touched it for a while. I have the body part done, and now I just have to do the sleeves and then finish it up. So it won't take me long when I get to it. And actually, I'm thinking about picking that up and just powering through. Another thing I was thinking is that we need to do a WIPS cowl or something to get, and I like to do this at the end of the year, try to get everything off of the needles so you can start the year fresh. And I don't think I've ever actually accomplished that. I've come close, and then I cast everything on, and then I haven't cast anything off since. Well, I have, but I keep casting more things on. So I actually have a bunch of WIPS. You can see them up there. That's not all my WIPS. That is just a small sample of what I have. I have more WIPS over here in a cupboard. And so I am going to pull those out, and I'm going to start finishing them one at a time. I've been a very fairly monogamous knitter lately. And so that means like when I've been casting something on, I've been knitting it till it's complete. But that also means that I'm not going to anything else to knit the things that I already have started and work on those things to complete them. So those are some things that I am currently mulling over in my mind. And if you are interested in that sort of a knit along, also put that in the comments below. Just pause this video right now, go down below, and let me know if you would be interested in a works in progress cowl, because I think that would be awesome if we could all just like work really hard and get our WIPS off the needles and then start fresh in the new year, because it's coming up. We're getting close. Like I can't believe how fast the Christmas season is coming, and then New Year's, and then we're, you know, it's fresh start, fresh year. Personally, I kind of think of September as being the beginning of the year because it's the beginning of the school year. And so it's really nice that like starting the podcast back up, getting it started in September was really good because it's kind of like fresh start, fresh everything. I also have some ideas as far as some videos that I will be putting up that are kind of like a knit with me kind of idea, where I'll take a pattern and I will knit it in real time so that we're actually knitting together. And I'm pretty excited about that. I think that will be something that we can, I think that's something that there is an interest in. And if you're not interested in watching those videos, then by all means don't. But if it's something that you think you would find interesting and would like to just sit and knit for an hour or two or whatever, however long it takes to knit the thing, then I feel like that's going to be coming soon. And I have some different ideas as to what that's going to look like. And I've been working on some things in regard to that, and I can't show you those things at the moment. See, that's why I don't have a whole lot of knitting, is because I do have the other projects that I'm trying to line up for future things having to do with the channel. So you will see them, and I'm really excited to share them with you. They're just not ready right now because I want to bring them into production with you. So so I have released a new pattern, and that is the Priscilla hat, which I'm super excited about. And I knitted up in 3 different yarns to see how it played and working out sizing and that sort of thing. So you can go to Ravelry and go and get the Priscilla hat. So right now it's on for $2 American. And so go and get it now before the price goes up, because I will be increasing the price on it. And I'm really excited about that. It's a really cute hat. It would be great with a pom-pom or without a pom-pom. I think probably I'm going to put a pom-pom on mine, but that's just because I like the extra with extra on it. So I've also been thinking about color a lot lately. It's been a thought in my mind. Those of you who followed the podcast for a long time know that I love color and I'm drawn to a lot of color, and more is more for me. And that's not for everybody. Some people are very into tonals and earth tones, and like we all have our jam. And I just really, really love color. And I thought when I was designing my Zig Zag Shawl, there's 2 Zig Zag Shawls right here. So when I was designing this, I was thinking, you know what, maybe I'll do it in a gray because that seems to be, people can imagine their color on it a little bit easier. And I just decided that no, I'm going to wear these, and I wear them all the time. And I just love color so much. So I can't get enough of the bright colors. So that's just, I've just embraced that that's part of my aesthetic, that I am a big color person, says the woman wearing white. But you can even see in my yarn stash here that there is a ton of color going on in there, which is, I love it. I think that it's super short and sweet today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let everybody know that they can come and knit with me for a little while. I appreciate every single one of you, and I can't wait to chat with you either down below or over on Instagram. Those are where I'm most active, and I am really excited for the things that are coming, and I can't wait to share them with you. Until next time. All the links to my episode. She doesn't always come on the podcast when so yeah. So, you can see my light, the reflection. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. Maybe I'll flick it this way so it's there. Still see the umbrella a bit. Oh well. So